Okay, we're going to be graphing functions using the parameters and transformation. And this time we have all four parameters, A, B, C, and D. This negative is an understood one here. That's my A parameter. This negative, I'm going to put an understood one here. That's a B parameter. This plus one, that's a C parameter. And this minus 3 is a D parameter. Now from here, we're going to remove all parameters, A, B, C, and D, and we'll be left with the x and the cube. So x raised to the third power. Now, let's start putting parameters back on slowly. First, the C parameter, which is a plus 1. So this becomes x plus 1 all to the third power. Then we'll add on the B parameter, which puts a negative 1 on the x. So we have a parentheses, negative 1, x plus 1 all to the third power. Then next we put the A parameter on here, which is the negative 1 on the outside, negative 1 on the x plus 1 all to the third power. And finally, we're going to add the D parameter, which is the minus 3. So now we have minus 1 parentheses minus 1x plus 1 to the third power minus 3. Okay, so we want to graph this x cubed first, and we're going to go to Desmos to help us graph that. So the function f of x, and it's going to equal x raised to the third power. There we go. All right, nice. We have an anchor point of 0, 0. I like anchor points of 0, 0. They're very easy to work with. But the next anchor point is actually a 1, 1. There's an anchor point of 2, 8, but it's off the off the graph. So I'm just going to go with my 0, 0 and 1, 1 as anchor points. Yeah, that's all we need. Okay, so let's go back and see if we can write those two. All right. First, I'm going to see if I can draw this guy first. My drawing skills are not the best, but this is decent. That's decent. That's anchor point 0, 0, and this will be anchor point 1, comma 1. Okay, we're done. All right. Next, the C parameter plus 1 will move everything over one time to the right, to the left, move everything to the left. So my 0, 0 is going to become negative 1, 0. So let's put a negative 1, 0 here. And my 1, 1 is going to move over to the left one time and become 0, 1. So that's now 0, 1. And then, now that I have my anchor points, I'm going to try to see if I can draw this little orientation here. Give it a try. Okay, that's decent. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so that's done. Now, we're going to add the parameter negative 1 to the b, which will give us a reflection about the y-axis. Everything on the right is going to go to the left. Everything on the left is going to go to the right. So the negative 1, 0 is going to go to the right side and become a 1, 0. So it's going to go right here and become a 1, 0. Because the 0, 1 is on the y-axis, rotation doesn't change it, so it stays right there, 0, 1. So we'll go right here and say 0, 1. All right, we got our anchor points. Now it's time to draw. So this right here on the right side will now go to the left side. So let's try to put that on the left side. Okay, not the best drawing. This little piece here is going to go from the left side to the right side over here. Let's put that over there. Okay, got it. And this little piece on the left side going down is going to go on the right side going down. So let's put this on the right side going down, and that's it. Okay, so that's 3 down. Now we got 2 to go. Now, next we're adding a parameter, negative a parameter here, which is going to give us a rotation about the x-axis. So I'm going to have a rotation here. So everything above is going to go below, everything below is going to go above. So my 0, 1 is going to go from above to below, which would be 0, negative 1. 1, 0, if you rotate that about the x-axis, it doesn't move. So we're just going to put 1, 0 here. Okay, no changes there. Now, the tough part, the orientation. All right, I'm going to do it piece by piece. Okay, so again, everything above is going to go below, everything below is going to go above. The easiest piece is this one right here that's below. We're going to put that above. So let's try that. Okay, there we go. So this piece now is above instead of below. All right, this piece right here is above. We're going to put it below. So let's try that. Okay, I think I got it. And this piece right here that's above is going to flip down below. Instead of going up, it's going to go down. So let's see if we can draw that. Oh, I got it. Okay, that's decent. All right, the last thing we want to do is put a d parameter, which is -3. So everything's going to drop down 3 times. So 0, negative 1, if you drop that down 3 times, it's going to go down to 0, negative 4. So let's put a point right here and call it 0, negative 4. And the 1, 0 is going to drop down 3 times, so that's going to go down to 1, negative 3. So right there, that's 1, negative 3. Now, try to keep the orientation the same. Let's try that. Okay, got it. All right, there we go. All right, I think I got it. That looks good. Well, I think it does. So let's move on to number 10, or the next one, next number 10. Let's see. Looks like we don't have enough room to show this last one. If I need to remember to change my focus. All right, this time we have the cube root of a cube root function here with the parameters. So we're going to remove all the parameters. This is a -1, that's a parameter. It's a -1 here, that's your b parameter. The -2, that's a c parameter, and the +3, that's a d parameter. So removing all of these would leave you the cube root of x. So let's graph that on Desmos and see what it looks like. Okay. F of x, we have that, equals. Now we need a cube root. Let's go down here, and so we can find a cube root somewhere. Now that's a square root. I want a cube root. I don't see any cube roots. I got an n root. That will do it. Okay, and let's put 3 in here. There we go. And then an x in there, and there's our cube root. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right, anchor of 0, 0, beautiful, and anchor of 1, 1. Okay, the orientation is a little different, so like elongated this way, but we do have a couple good anchor points, which is 0, 0 and 1, 1. So let's go for those. And just kind of remember the orientation here. Okay, so we have our 0, 0, and then we have our 1, 1, and the orientation kind of has this look here. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. All right, next we want to put in our c parameter next. So we have the cube root of x, and then the -2. And let's keep putting parameters in there. The b parameter is going to be the cube root of negative 1x minus 2. And then the next parameter is going to be negative 1 cube root of negative x minus 2. And then finally, with the d parameter, it's going to be negative 1 cube root of x minus 2, and then the plus 3. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So c parameter is minus 2, so that's going to move everything to the right 2 times. So my 0, 0 is going to move over 2 times to 2, 0. And then my 1, 1 is going to move over 2 times to 3, 0. Sorry, not 3, 3, 0. 3, 1. My fault. 3, 1. All right. So let's see if I can capture that orientation. Okay, got it. Okay, that's it. I think I really got that one. Well done. All right, next. A b parameter, which is negative 1, which is going to give us a rotation about the y-axis. So everything on the left is going to go to the right, everything on the right is going to go to the left. So negative 3, 3, 1 here on the right would go to the left as negative 3, 1. So let's put a point here and say that's negative 3, 1. And my 2, 0 is going to go from the right side to the left side as a negative 2, 0. So right there, it's negative 2, 0. Now let's change the orientation. Everything on the right is going to go to the left. Everything's on the left is going to the right. So on the left side here, I have this little piece right here. So we're going to move this piece to the other side. And it's going to go right about there. Okay. Now this piece on the right side is going to go to the left side. So let's see if we can draw that. Okay, acceptable. That's good enough. All right. Fourth step is to put the a parameter, which is negative 1. That's going to give us a rotation about the x-axis. So everything above is going to go below. Everything below is going to go above. So above we have this negative 3, 1. It's going to go below to a negative 3, negative 1. So let's label that negative 3, negative 1. And this point that's on the x-axis, which is our negative 2, 0 right here, it's going to stay right at negative 2, 0. So that's not going to change. Negative 2, 0. Okay. And the orientation is going to change. Everything above is going to go below. Everything below is going to go above. So this little piece that's below is going to go above right here. So it's going to put that above. Got it? And this piece that's above is going to go below right there. Okay. Not too bad. All right. Lastly, the d parameter is going to raise this up 3 times. And some of this graph is cut off. Let's see. Can I? Nope. It doesn't go any higher. I may be able to get away with this right here, because if I raise my point here, negative 3, negative 1 up 3 times, it's going to go up to negative 3, 2, which is right there, and we can all kind of see that. That's negative 3, 2. I don't think you can see that negative 3, 2 though. Let's see if I can move this up a little bit more. Okay, so negative 3, 2. And this point also goes up 3 times. So it's going to go from a negative 2, 0 up to a negative 2, 3. So there it is right there. That's your negative 2, 3. And then I'm going to try to keep the orientation the same. Wish me luck. Okay, there we go. I think we can use that graph. And we have our points again, negative 3, 2 and negative 2, 3.